in there. Watch this. Watch him. Let me get it. See? Look at the sparring. This is him sparring for that fight. We saw none of this. We saw none of this. Nothing. This is Mike at 57 years old.
Nepal, you can look good outside the ring, but the minute you get in the ring, it's totally different. It's just like,
these moves.
It's just like when you are practicing basketball with your team, but then when you actually get in the ring and play somebody, totally different. They're not going to do what he's doing. That's pads don't hit.
He's a professional, and Paul just started fighting.
Pads don't hit back, right?
And I also say that if you put a bunch of weight on yourself, like 20 more pounds, all that movement is way more restricted because you didn't.
When he got hit with them punches, he started backing up and feeling them punches. He's an old man now.
Okay, well, that's Mike Tyson. Yeah, look, real quick, and I'm going to hand the mic over. Man, this is somebody that just met. This is Mike Tyson. This is Iron Mike Tyson, and that was a young man.
I've been competing. I've been competing and everything else. When you take a iron-class person, competitor, collegiate, whatever, however you want to put it up, Mike Tyson, and he still have the movement and everything else. He did not show that when he showed up with Jake Paul.
Show didn't. Period. Though, wait, let me say this too, brother, real quick. When men get weight, especially athletes, nothing changes with their legs. His belly is big right. Hold on. His belly is big right here. Wait, hold on, my friend.
I'm 46 years old.
Okay, I know you're 46. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. His belly is big. It's the legs that were supposed to keep him boxing. Now, that's all I want to say. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. You were saying.
Listen. The man knows the trick of the trades. Jake Paul is not even an amateur. He is a bar. You can catch him fighting at the bar.
Yep.
Tough man contest.
Man, come on, man. Don't you know it's a gimmick? Everybody that he done fought, he fought one real fighter, which was Tony such and such. I forgot his last name, but he's the brother of the current champion, and he lost.
Look at Mike, and he's an older man, right?
Why don't you think this is a setup?
Heck
Everybody he done fought is over 45. Come on, man. Look at Mike. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just not that he took the dive for the money, but it's what the people is looking at you, your people and the people, my kids. You is a great fighter, and you went out like that just for some money. Come on, man.
Mike said he didn't do it for the money. Mike said
he'll beat the brakes out of that dude. Then he want to bite his thumb. You can tell. You can see other clips where he held back. Third round, he only threw one punch.
Do anybody know how much Mike Tyson made for this fight?
20 million.
You sure it was 20?
20 million.
Yeah, 20 million.
Woo.
And he needed every dime. And you know what? From what I know about what I've seen in the media about Mike Tyson, he's not on that whole my people stuff. He is more like, whoever is with me, I'm going to go with them. And I think Jake Paul showed him a lot of love, admiration, respect. Because don't forget, his dad used to be a huge fan of Mike Tyson.
That's right.
So I think it was about who he wanted to hand his legacy over to be real. That's what I think.
He gave him 10 million. He gave him an extra 10 million.
So he got 30.
I thought it was 6.
No, he gave him an extra 10 million with the bet that he won't last. He wouldn't last all the rounds.
Somebody said he's being sued for $2 million. Andre Paris said, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. Before
we go.
All this is a gimmick, man.
Mike said he ain't take the fight for money. He said he just took the fight because he just liked the way it feel to get in the ring.
Well, Mike got $20
million. I need that.
Yeah, he got the 20.
Well, let me say this. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
For my legacy, and for those that's like me, that look like me, and I know I got money, I wouldn't have did that. You know, I wouldn't have did it. Period.
You know, his trainer was it was like a guy like Mickey off Rocky. It was this I think he was Italian or Irish old white guy. That was his trainer. Like he looked up to him like a dad. From what
yeah. One of the coldest trainers on earth.
People say things like that until they get in that situation. Number one, Mike is broke. Mike is toe up. He getting out of jail. He ain't got no money.
But Mike
been out of jail down there 20 years. What are you talking about, son?
Man,
hold on, y'all. Hold on. Mike ain't got no money, right? He's broke right now. Jake Paul comes to him. They have a conversation. Yo, Mike, listen. The only way Mike gonna get this money is through Jake Paul right now. Jake Paul is willing to put money in Mike's pocket. Come on, man. You got to give that brother credit for that.
Well, Si, I can go to this corner store right now on live stream, and I see Mike Tyson faces on wraps and everything else. He got a weed dispensary and everything, and he got a successful podcast and all of that. Mm-hmm. He getting money. He getting revenue.
Ain't nothing going on but the rent, brother.
He getting paper. Hey, Si, he getting paper right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about you gonna go and get Mike Tyson Rello wraps right now.
And they good ones too.
That shit was closest to like you know how the ice skaters be Olympians and then do Disney on ice.
You said Rolo wraps, brother?
Man, you can go get Rolo wraps.
What is that
right now?
Is that like a sandwich or what are you talking about?
No, it's a blunt wrap.
Weed.
Marijuana.
And he got a weed strain and everything.
Okay.
Oh, I was talking about that earlier.
So he getting back.
Talking about that earlier. Word.
Hey, Rod, have you ever got some Mike Tyson strain?
I ain't never had none of his trees, but I use his wraps.
But but he got them trees though, don't he?
Yep. He got a whole farm out there, a marijuana farm.
Come on, man. That man getting paid.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And you think, man, come on.
I wanted to ask Rod Hayes on that if I could. This is just a closing question. And even though this doesn't have to do with the Anunnaki, I want to see what your take is on just a brief answer. If you don't want to go in, Jay-Z situation tied into the Diddy situation. Where are you at with that?
I ain't touching that shit with a 10-foot pole.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, there it is.
One more. Hey, Rob.
Hold on. Genesis, you were saying something. I cut you off.
Hold on. I gotta say this.
Mike, I think he also got a nose job too. I think he didn't want to get his nose.
Who got a nose job?
Mike Tyson. I think he got his bridge readjusted. You know, most boxers, when you really hard in boxing, your actual bridge, they have to take the bone out so it doesn't mess the thing. I think you got to readjust it. If you actually look at his nose, you'll see his bridge has been replaced.
I don't know. All I know, broken noses that is a nose job.
Right, everybody, no, we got to close out, Williams. I'm sorry, brother. Mr. Hayes, close us out. Thank you for coming once again, blessing and gracing the platform. Appreciate you, brother.
Always, brother. I appreciate you. Look, this is one thing y'all got to look for. Every icon, everybody that we thought was so high and mighty, they coming down. If they was doing the dirt, they on video. And if they on video, they going to be exposed. And if they exposed, they going to fall. I don't care if they're a politician, an entertainer, if they a police officer, county sheriff, mayor of the city. If they was doing the dirt, everybody doing the dirt going to fall. Whether they want to or not, they can't help it. Because the new age is coming in, and all of the ones that was allowed to run rampant and do the dirt they was doing, that all got to come to an end. And everything got to be revealed to the people, so it ain't no mistake about who was doing the dirt, what they was doing, why they was doing it, what you was doing there. It's all got to come out. And now we almost to ground zero of the massive exposure rollout, and all of these iconic figures are going to be removed from their iconic position because we have this tendency to worship people instead of realizing the God within. We honoring everybody else's expression of their inner deity, and some of them is some very unsavory characters with doing some unsavory acts.
Wow. And let me ask you real quick, Rod, when you say that. Wait, Sonetta, real quick. When you say that, there are evil forces of people who will take people who are not evil, like Sonetta or you, and they'll say, go out and lie on them. And then they'll come out and say, see, we're exposing you. You're exposed. So what do you say about those that are cleverly trying to persecute people to keep the truth down or to tear down people? I want you to talk on that, because when they hear people say, oh, it's the year of exposure, they'll come in with the lie and say, well, see, Rod Hayes and Sonetta, they were exposed. Talk on that, though, how they're using that.
That's the gossip factory. The gossip factory requires one thing: juicy gossip. No truth have to be added to it. As long as it sounds like the juicy gossip, then that's what everybody gonna be so ooh and ah about the juicy gossip, right? So you have these people who believe that, like, for instance, if I was out here trying to deceive people, I at least would be trying to get some money for it. Right? I ain't out here trying to make no money. I accept donations if people choose to send it, but I don't solicit donations. Right? People have to ask me for my Cash App. I don't just come out here saying my Cash App. It's not posted on every video I do. I'm not doing this for money. I'm just trying to get the awareness to enough people for the system to shift back into the favor of the ones who's supposed to be running it. But we ain't running it. And it's just like you said, you got evil people sending naive people to tear down good people in order to keep the good people from getting the message out that their shenanigans is over.
Oh, man.
I mean, you ain't on the live yet.
Oh, no, I'm live. No, we live. We live right
just
now.
It's not still normally show up on here, just say scheduled.
Damn,
there we go.
You got it?
Yeah, I got an echo and a delay too.
Okay. I'm an echo. Can you hear me good?
I'm echoing back.
Oh, yeah. We dealing with a few technical difficulties. Bear with us tonight, family. We gonna make it happen regardless. Don't know what's going on, but Rod Hayes, welcome back, my brother.
Thank you, brother Rich. Appreciate you having me back as always. Gratitude, first order of the day. The most unused superpower a man can.
Indeed. Listen, Rod, man. This is one of them shows. This is a real important one, Rod. This is pre-creation talk right here. This ain't American. This ain't African. This ain't Asian. This ain't Anunnaki. This is pre-solar system talk.
Pure metaphysics.
You know what I'm saying? This ether, man. Listen, this is some strong shit. This is the ether is what Nas used to destroy Hove in a rap battle. You know what I mean?
To make your soul burn slow.
Make your burn slow. Yes, sir. Very important topic tonight. I want to welcome everybody to the chat. Thank you for your patience, family. Thank you for your patience. It's just real good talk going into 2025, a 9-year. Y'all know about that 9 ether energy. And the talk was inspired. I had called Rod Hayes last week. And, I always call Rod Hayes just to chop it up with him about certain spiritual concepts. And I told Rod Hayes, and this is going to be the first book. I told y'all before, I'm doing book reviews on the channel. I think I'm going to start either next week or the week after next. And this is the first book that I'm doing the book review on. I think I'm going to do the book reviews every Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to see. But, the Divine Matrix deals with this mysterious force that has many names. In antiquity, Plato and them called the ether. Some people call it the quantum field. Greg Braden calls it the divine matrix. A lot of different names for this field, this invisible force, this invisible energy that's out there that permeates, contains, that's the bridge, and that is just the essence of the whole universe. Very, very mysterious force that a lot of scientists deny exists. A lot of, Tesla talked about it. As a matter of fact, let me say one of Tesla's quotes. If I have it on me right now, I don't know if I just had it. I don't. Yeah, Tesla actually said, their ether is the medium for every electromagnetic wave, from radio waves to gamma waves. So, when a lot of times I read things and sometimes I don't understand what the word means, and I just keep reading. Hold up. So I want to, because this is very important. So I want to let y'all know exactly what he meant by let me see. All right. So one of the definitions for medium is the intravenous substance through which impressions are conveyed to the senses, or force acts on objects at a distance. Then this is Oxford Dictionary. It says radio communication needs no physical medium between the two stations. That's what they're saying. This is Google. But Tesla
between the station and the receiver.
But Tesla's saying there is a medium. They just can't detect it. There is a medium that carries all waves. So, Rod, this mysterious medium, and let me just read this before we start. I want to give a nice intro. Let me read this before the start. Rod, this is this section is called the origin of the matrix. Let me read this. Then we're gonna get started, and we're gonna be cooking in here, family. Be patient. All right. Mainstream scientists today believe that our universe began between 13 and 20 billion years ago with a massive explosion unlike anything that had ever existed before or has existed since. Although there are conflicting theories about the precise timing and whether there were single or multiple explosions, there appears to be a general agreement that our universe began with a massive release of energy a long time ago. In 1951, astronomer Fred Hoyle coined the term for the infallible explosion that is still used today. He named it the Big Bang. Researchers have calculated that just fractions of a second before the Big Bang occurred, our universe was much, much smaller than it is today. Computer models suggest that it was so small, in fact, that it was tightly compressed into a tiny ball. With all the empty space removed from what we see as the universe today, that ball is believed to be around the size of a single green pea. While it may have been tiny, it certainly wasn't cool. However, the model suggests that the temperature within the compact space was an unimaginable 18 million degrees Fahrenheit, many times hotter than the present temperature of the sun. Within a fraction of a second following the Big Bang, the simulations show that the temperatures may have cooled to a balmy 18 billion degrees or so, and the birth of our universe was well underway. I'm going to read this last paragraph. As the Big Bang's explosive force ripped through the emptiness of the existing void, it carried with it more than just the heat and light that we expect. It also burst forth as a pattern of energy that became the blueprint for all that is now and all that can ever be. It's this pattern that the subject of ancient myth, timeless lore, and mystical wisdom, with names that range from the Buddhist sutras, net of Indra, to the Hopi tradition's web of spider grandmother, the echo of that pattern remains today. So when we think about net, when we talk about web, I think about the internet and how the internet connects us all together right now, as far as technology that we use externally. So if we have the internet that connects us all, the Ethernet connects us all in a whole nother way. Let's talk about the Big Bang. Let's talk about this Ethernet. Let's talk about Star Wars said the Force, may the Force be with you. Rod, you broke this shit down to me on the phone, Rod. So come on, let's talk about this ether that's out there, my brother. Talk to me.
Okay, so you ever heard of something called orgone energy?
Yes, sir. Yep. Mm-hmm.
The original discoveries of orgone energy was something called an ether accumulator.
Okay.
You got what's called a clean accumulator. It comes through opaque, almost clear.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the dirty accumulator, and when it comes through, it's filled with soot, which gives it the appearance of being black. Right? So the ether of itself is like a aquatic field. Right? So now we're using water as a frame of reference, because water is the physical similitude of spirit.
Just like that word mean? Rob, what that word means? Similitude. What's that?
The meaning, the similarities in the two.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Right. So the physical representation of spirit is water. Because water permeates all things, and you can accumulate the water, but you can't keep the water trapped because it's going to always find its way back. Right. So this is taking something from a source, is showing you a metaphoric link,
right,
in cycles. As the water cycles, it goes through a water phase, gas phase. When it's frozen, it's in this solid phase. Right. When it becomes steam, it's a gas. But when you refine the steam even further, it's a vapor. A vapor is the mirror to what the ether is. Right. So remember when Obi-Wan told Luke, he said, the force, Luke, is neither good nor bad, but it is the intention applied that makes it so. Right. So that means that a person with good intentions can make a mistake and something good can come out of it. Because the intention that he started with was good. The person with ill will at the beginning can try to do something good, but it's going to go to crap because his intentions wasn't good. Right. So now you manipulating the ether. You determining by what's in you how you can move the ether to the good side or the bad side, or the positive and the negative, or the malevolent or the benevolent. Right. So now this brings in the Hermetic law opposites being applicable to the ether. Right. The poles, the law opposites. That means that the ether can be either of the extremes and everything in the middle. Just like the people, our character can be either of the extremes or can fall anywhere in the middle, but the goal is to always bump straight. I mean, don't get stuck to the left, don't get stuck to the right. Stop taking sides in other people's drama. Right? So as the ether accumulates, they told us at the Big Bang that it formed something called a pea-sized thing that they called the black